As many of you know, NBA free agency is quickly approaching. In a very deep free agent class, I'm going to be telling you guys where I think each player will sign. All my predictions are going to be in the description below, but here's where I think everybody will sign. Restricted free agent Jerald Bayless is most likely going to re-sign with the Toronto Raptors. However, don't be surprised if Jerald Bayless goes searching for money from a team that just loses their top point guard, such as Pheonix or the New York Knicks. Jeff Green is definitely going to re-sign with the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics have already invested too much in him in trading away Kendrick Perkins, and it's a player that they fell in love with, and is just going to be too much to let him walk away. Restricted free agent Ramon Sessions is going to be signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. Some people may argue that because he declined his player option that he won't be re-signing. However, Sessions only did this so that he could get a multi-year deal instead of maybe just getting his 1 year. Ramon Sessions wants to stay in LA, and he just wants that extra long contract, make sure that he has some stability in the future. Unrestricted free agent Mo Williams would be a nice piece to either the Los Angeles Lakers or the Indiana Pacers. It would add a nice combo guard to both groups, and would also add some scoring, either off the bench or possibly in some starting lineups if players get injured. Look for the Lakers to definitely sign Mo Williams if for some reason Ramon Sessions is taken away by another team. Look for Jason Terry to re-sign with the Dallas Mavericks. He's already won a championship with them, has nice body tattoos to try and commit to that team, and also there's really not a lot of money and a lot of space on other teams for him to go to that are definitely contenders. And really, at his age, Jason Terry won't want to go to anywhere other than a contender. It'd be nice to finish off his career staying with the Dallas Mavericks. Lou Williams will try and be bought in by the Boston Celtics. He'd add a nice scoring punch off the bench or in the starting lineup, wherever. Just, it would be nice for him to be on a contending team. That's what he wants. That's why he declined his option. And he just wants to get a bit more playing time that he'll be able to get with a nice core, trying to get a younger core in Boston. Gerald Wallace is going to be overpaid by the Brooklyn Nets in an attempt to re-sign Deron Williams. Also, they need to at least try and stay competitive if Deron Williams leaves. Look for the Orlando Magic to try and give DJ Augustine a nice contract. With Jameer Nelson's career starting to slow down, DJ Augustine would add a nice future at the point guard spot in Orlando. As well, there's really no use for him left in Charlotte as Kemba Walker's still there, and they're looking to try and make him the future of the point guard position. Either in a sign and trade deal, or possibly just taking a lot less money and using their mid-level exception, look for Chris Kaman to join the Miami Heat. It'll add an amazing starting five, and it'll just even help the Miami's chances of repeating their championship. Spencer Hawes is going to get overpaid, most likely by the Houston Rockets. Houston has always wanted their center, and Spencer Hawes is going to be a great center for a few years, and it'll just help possibly try and push Houston into the playoffs. Houston is also going to sign Goran Dragic. Sorry if I can't say his name right, it's hard. But he's definitely going to be the future starting point guard for that team, as Kyle Lowry has already said that he wants out of Houston because of the coaching staff. So Goran Dragic is going to have an awesome opportunity to show himself and to be the future of that point guard position in that franchise. Ryan Anderson is an interesting one. I believe he's going to be packaged with Dwight Howard to wherever he's sent, because in my mind, I'm pretty sure Dwight Howard's going to be shipped off this offseason with their new general managing staff in Orlando. They're just going to try and retool the team. It's been so much drama going on. It's just easier if they just retool it instead of waiting for Dwight to leave, because that's what he's definitely going to do at this point. I think Michael Beasley would be a great fit in Toronto. It would add a really good scorer to a team that definitely is a little bit lacking of a true scorer, and it fixed the small forward spot at that position. That there's been rumors that they want to trade the eighth spot in the draft for a proven small forward, but just adding Michael Beasley into that lineup would just fix everything right off for them. JaVale McGee is going to re-sign with the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets traded away Nene, one of their key players, for a few years for JaVale McGee, just to be the future at center for this franchise. They definitely traded away too much just to let JaVale McGee walk, and he definitely has a lot of potential to be something good in this league. I don't know what's happening with all these Jeremy Lin negotiations about his contract and stuff, but either way, this guy's signing back in New York. This guy has a huge fan base there. He's become a worldwide sensation. There's also a little bit of history factor with him about how he this one team found him and like he emerged there. So he's definitely signing back with New York. There's no way he's going anywhere else. OJ Mayo would be a nice scoring punch added to the Indiana Pacers. OJ Mayo would add a great punch to that team and would just push them over the hump even more. Look for them to make a push for the 2 seed next year with Mayo over the hump. As well, Indiana already tried trading for Mayo a few years back. It almost went through. There was just that little bit of time and mess up between the trade and the league and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Nicolas Batum is a restricted free agent, and he's going to stay with Portland. Portland really wants this guy back, and it really is going to help with the retooling of their franchise, adding a few extra pieces to try and get them back into contention for playoffs. Look for Ray Allen and a nice piece to the Los Angeles Clippers. He seems like a nice fit there, and with Chris Paul feeding him for wide open threes, it's going to be a great team next year. Brook Lopez is a restricted free agent. He's staying with Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs to surround Deron Williams with so much talent to make him stay, and there's no way that they're going to let this guy walk. Tim Duncan is staying with the San Antonio Spurs. Could anybody legitimately see this guy in another uniform? Indiana is going to keep their first-time All-Star Roy Hibbert in Indiana. There's no way they let this guy walk. He has a ton of potential. He's definitely going to be a top 5 center in the league in the next few years. Kevin Garnett, although there's talks about him retiring, it's most likely he takes some money and he goes to the Boston Celtics still. He said he wants to retire in Boston, and there's no way he really wants to go to another team. As well, other teams don't necessarily have the salary or the room at power forward that are contenders that could be able to add Kevin Garnett to that mix. Steve Nash, there's 2 ways you could go. If he's looking for money and to stay like humble, he's going to go to the Phoenix Suns and get that $20 million 2-year extension with the Phoenix Suns and retire there. If he's looking for a championship, he'll probably sign with the Miami Heat. He'll take probably about like half of that money, and also hinder the Miami Heat from adding any other players this year. And he'll sign there, and they'll probably win a championship again next year. Eric Gordon is going to stay with the New Orleans Hornets. They're trying to retool the franchise, and definitely playing with Anthony Davis, a player that has a lot of potential, is going to be a huge motivation for Eric Gordon to resign. Finally, Deron Williams recently narrowed down his list of teams he wants to sign with to the Dallas Mavericks and the Brooklyn Nets. My idea is that he re-signs with the Brooklyn Nets to be the future of that franchise. He's going to get a lot of money for playing there. In a few years, there's going to be a great fan base in that city. As well, he might persuade other free agents to sign with him to try and actually make the team a really nice playoff contender. Thanks guys for watching. Look forward to more videos. Make sure to subscribe. I don't know which one it is. And make sure to follow me on Twitter at CL_Cox. If you guys tweet me, I'll tweet back anything. Also, give me your ideas of where everyone's going to go in the description, or in the comments below rather. And give me more video ideas. I really want to make more of these. Hope you guys enjoy the video.